Levi, you...
Make sure we're online.
Hey, you too. Leave a face on that.
We'll do a quick mic check.
Booyaka, booyaka.
619.
You see that, Lou?
What?
Oh, you don't have video on?
No, not for the podcast right now. I don't have anything to hold up my phone, so I would just be holding it.
You guys sound great.
Can you see me?
Yeah. What is that, Rey Mysterio?
That's Rey Mysterio.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yo! What it do? GG Nation, GG Legion. It's your fellow again, Strauss, man, the GG. Welcome to another podcast. Welcome to Golden God and Friends, episode 400 quadrillion and 60. It's hard to believe we did that many podcasts. Pretty impressive. That's what we do here. We are the best to ever do it in the Omniverse.
Hello.
But hey, we're actually on episode 44. This is going to be about the Nintendo Direct Mini. So we're actually on time with something. But we also got a packed show with... We're going to talk about Animal Crossing, the Nintendo Direct Mini, PS5 specs, Microsoft Series X specs versus each other. And then we might get into some video game rumors. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I just want to say a quick shout out and thank you guys for all the love here, not only on YouTube, but on Twitch. We hit affiliate. Shout out to my boy LG. Sorry. Shout out to my boy LG. He's been donating the biddies. He was our first sub. I appreciate the love. Shout out to all of you. To the GG Nation, the GG Legion. You guys are strong. We're growing. We're going to get better. But we have a tradition here. We have a new guest. So, shout out to Lou. How you doing, Lou?
What's going on, Levi? What's up, JJ?
What up, Lou?
So, our tradition here, Lou, is since you're a newcomer, what got you into gaming?
Well, I was very young, so I was about...
What up, Shannon?
Probably my dad. He used to play the PlayStation 1, and he used to play the old Nintendo, the very old one with the cartridges.
Yeah.
So it was probably that. Like, I sit there and watch him play, and then he used to just give me the controller while he did some stuff around the house.
That's awesome, man. That's great to hear. Welcome to the podcast, and of course, I got my beautiful machismo cousin. How you doing, JJ?
I'm good. I'm ready for that match tomorrow. I'm going to whoop your ass.
Well, in the script here, I'm sorry, in the script here, says you're going to lose. Sorry.
I'm about to fucking Bret Hart this shit. Brett screwed Brett.
Ring the bell. Well, what up, Shannon? Good. How you doing? Here we go.
I'm very good.
Let's get into it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Be safe, be smart. Let's get right into it. We got a couple Animal Crossing newbies here. Animal Crossing New Horizons has came out Friday, March 20th. People are going crazy. People are loving the game. Having a lot of fun. It's like one of the top 5 games on Twitch every day. It is blowing up. It's having a lot of fun. I'm an OG, as you can see here. This is the original one for GameCube back in the day. Shout out to my buddy Rich. He got me that for my birthday gift way back in the day. And then New Leaf, it's hard to believe, but this game is 8 years old. This was the last Animal Crossing game. This is 8 years old. Not counting Happy Home Designer and obviously, you know, the Wii U game that was like a party game. We're gonna ignore those because I'm talking about traditional, actually new Animal Crossing game, New Horizons. It's been 8 years. Let's start off with JJ. What do you think about it so far? Since you're new to it, you have never played it before. How do you feel about the game? Is it what you expected at all?
No and yes. It's I'm just gonna put this out. I do not like Minecraft.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of Minecrafty, but it's not.
And our views go down.
Yeah, my kids love it, and I've played it with them. Like I've been playing Minecraft since what year was Seth born? 2009, so probably like 2011.
Yeah.
But this game has been. I mean, I played for 3 hours last night. I played from midnight to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Just grinding stuff. So I've been enjoying it. I think it's I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's going to be up there as one of the better games of this year.
Yeah. It has a 91 Metacritic. Lou, you are also a newcomer. We kind of swindled you into buying this, but how do you feel about your purchase of Animal Crossing New Horizons?
So I love the game thus far, and I'm like JJ. I actually like Minecraft, so I actually spent hours and hours into Minecraft on a 360 and a little bit on a PS4 when it came over, and I don't see a lot of the similarities as Minecraft. Well, I do see the similarities, but it's not a lot.
This one's way more simple.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's not.
Yeah. So, I like it. I think it's a very good game. I think it's a game that's gonna last for a long time for a lot of people, including myself. So.
Yeah.
It's that downtime game when you're not grinding something else.
It's so weird to say because it is a relaxing experience. Like it's a really nice, relaxing experience. The music's chill, the game's chill, the animals are chill. I have a couple nitpick things. Was there anything that bothered you? Was it too simple for you guys? Like
I don't like the multiplayer on it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's. Maybe not so much like me and you and Lou playing together where we can all do, but like if I play with my kids on the same console, it is not very good. Like it's a
nightmare, right? Because you got to share the screen, right?
Well, you share the screen. Whoever's the leader of the party, they got to pretty much do everything. They get all the stuff for so if I dig up a fossil, it just goes in lost and found. I don't get to keep it.
Yeah.
So I think that could be. I think split screen would be pretty good on this game if they were able to do that. But that's my biggest complaint. It's grindy, but in like a fun way. Like there's like you caught a sturgeon yesterday, right? That was pretty. You were pretty excited about that.
I caught 12.
Yeah, I caught 6. So
yeah, when I caught a dab today. That was pretty cool. So yeah, just trying to build up your museum and stuff. So my nitpicky thing is the multiplayer right now.
Yeah. Well, it's a game intended for leisure. You're not supposed to like pay off everything right away. You're just supposed to enjoy and just spend a hour or two at the max a day. Me and Lou have been put probably way more hours than that every day, probably because I'll have like a morning sesh, grind for Galaxy Opal James Harden, take a break, and then do like a little bit more. And then after we're done streaming, I'll do another sesh. Like you guys said, midnight. I'll be like midnight to like 2 a.m. just grinding stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see a tarantula for 2 freaking days, and then I caught 3 of them yesterday. So
yeah.
I don't like the.
What about?
The
go
Nook
ahead,
store.
Did you have something?
Well, I don't like how the Nook store is only like. I don't like how realistic it is. I guess. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Don't ever put any of the items in the box either. They take 20% of your bells.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating, but I get it. They're trying to make it like a town, it's got open and close and shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty. You're making your own community. What about you, Lou? Was there anything, as a newcomer here, was there anything you disliked about the game so far?
So, what I think about the game is, I don't think the multiplayer is necessary for the game, but I do see why they're trying to implement it in the game. I think it's a cool idea. But I don't know, like, from my little experience with it, it's kind of like you just roam around and you're helping the host, and then you just, go back to your island. I kind of want more, the ability to make my own house there, to kind of like, I guess you would say like Minecraft in that sense. Like, if you go into other people's world, the world is so big that you can make, you can have your own land and everything like that. I know Animal Crossing is not like that, but what if we wanted a world? And yet I haven't experienced that yet, so I don't know if I could go on your island and make a house if I wanted to.
Yeah, basically how it kind of works is your regular friends can visit you, and you can either choose to make them best friends. If you make them best friends, they could definitely mess around and move things around in your town, so be careful how you do that. I trust you guys, obviously, and you guys definitely should not trust me. I will destroy your island 100%. But I see where you're coming from, because even the multiplayer is leisure, and definitely JJ's point, it seems really frustrating if you're playing local co-op. Like if you're playing with people on the same console, it's probably a pain in the butt. I wonder if they're gonna patch in some things because they said they're gonna do seasonal updates, and I wonder if there's gonna be like an expansion pass because some of my nitpicky things as an OG is I like the crafting system, but it's almost like too simplistic in the sense of, for example, I've been making a lot of bait because I was trying to catch a sturgeon forever. I was trying to catch a sturgeon, so I was trying to get in the river mouth. Not very many fish spawn anyway, so I was throwing bait to make the fish spawn. That's how you get, fish to get in the sturgeon. As we can see Allie in the background there. But for example, you need the clams. You dig up the clams, and one bait costs one clam. But for example, if I have 20 clams, I literally have to sit there and make one bait per each. I wish they could just make all 20 at once. I know that's not realistic in a way, because if you are crafting something in real life, you're not going to be able to do that. But
it's a cartoon
little
video
tedious.
game, though.
What happened?
It's a cartoon video game, though.
Yeah. It's a game about leisure, and there's a lot of things that are like not realistic about it anyway. You're talking to living animals. Like another thing was Newbie. This one had a bunch of tropical fruit. There's like 6 more tropical fruit. There's like lemons, persimmons, durians. There's a lot of stuff a lot of fruits that are not in this game. But Lou brought up a great point. Maybe they're going to patch that stuff in later as seasonal events as the year goes on. I can see that happening, but I was kind of bummed because I was like, oh man, they took the bananas out. All there is coconut for the tropical stuff. It'd be cool to have some of the other fruit. But as a veteran, that's kind of the nitpicky stuff. Overall, this game is the best. I mean, the quality of life changes are through the roof in this game. The way you can set up everything, your house, the way you can actually, it kind of turns into Happy Home Designer. You can actually turn into a mode and place whatever you want quick in your house very efficiently. The crafting's really cool. Again, a little simplistic. It's a simple game. I don't have a problem with the durability. Some people do. Like, some of the things break really quick. And obviously, if it's called a flimsy axe, you don't expect to chop 100 trees down. You're probably going to get a little bit used, maybe like 10 to 15 hits out of it. But overall, I think I'm very impressed about this game. It is incredible. My question to you, this is so early on, or I guess we're like almost 3 months into the year. Is this going to be a Game of the Year title? To you guys, this is what I'm going to ask. There's no really story to it. Go ahead, Lou.
That's too soon. Because you still got Ghost of Tsushima coming out, Last of Us. That's way too soon to judge.
And you can pick another
it's going to pull on a lot of people's heartstrings because it is Nintendo, and I don't know, but it's way too soon to me. Way too soon.
Yeah. What about you, JJ? What do you think? Is this going to be up there?
Well, I'm with Lou and we got to see what the remakes do if those get nods. I know RE2 already did, but you got RE3 and Final Fantasy 7. You got Ghost of Tsushima, you got Last of Us 2.
Yep. Those are some good games.
It's a stacked year. It's a really competitive year.
Yep.
Marvel Avengers Doom Eternal has been going.
Yeah, Doom Eternal,
So it's a tough year, but Nintendo doesn't always sneak its way in, but it does seem to sneak its way in a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people were really upset with Fire Emblem not making it last year.
Yeah.
And Luigi's Mansion. And those were some of the better games last year.
They had Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in last year, which doesn't really... I mean, it has a story, but I don't know. So 91 on a Metacritic though. They do take that in consideration. It's pretty high, man.
Yep.
The one thing too, and I don't know if they take this into consideration, is they plan on making this game continue over a long period of time.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Last of Us, you play the story, and then it really, unless you're a trophy hunter, it really doesn't have much replay value after you beat the story a couple of times.
Yeah.
So, Ghost of Tsushima is going to be really big. That's a different type of subject. But with Animal Crossing, with the seasonal changes, with they have the opportunity to make the game better and implement better things, and it's a very time-consuming game. Like if they don't go the lazy route with it, I can see how that goes into the game of the year category conversation, because it's not a game that's just made and it's the same for the rest of the year. It's a game that could keep evolving over time and time and time.
It's going to be really interesting because I'm going to say this right now. Persona 5 Royale is the highest rated game right now. It's a 95 Metacritic. That is higher than God of War. But that game probably will not get nominated for Game of the Year because it's not a remake. It's kind of a re-enhancement, of a game that already was nominated for Game of the Year. So that's going to be an interesting can of worms to talk about too. Where this game's a 95. You can't base everything on. JJ brought up a great point. You can't base everything on Metacritic scores, but it seems what the judges of at least Jeff Keighley's show, the Game Awards, really go off by. They really go off the Metacritic scores. So it's going to be really interesting at the end. I do agree with you guys. It is pretty early. But it's been pretty quiet. We haven't had a lot this year. It's starting to pick up now because it's March and April.
Well, that's to piggyback on what Lou said, though, is it's not one of those games that it'll always be fresh in your mind because they're constantly adding stuff. It's not going to be.
Yes.
It's not going to be like RE2 got released in January, and then it kind of was what it was, and it still lasted. It still made it to the game. But this game
big update. They had one free update for that.
Yeah. This game is going to be You're gonna have, you got your Easter. What do they call it? The Bunny Day.
Yep.
The Bunny Day update.
They're having another event in that month too, which we're about to talk about.
You have like a Flag Day one, and they can do every freaking holiday if they really want to. So.
And it's interesting because there's a lot of a lot of us see Tom Nook as a villain, but there used to be a lot of villains in Animal Crossing. There used to be a lot of dubious characters that would steal your bells and sell you fake, items and stuff, like Crazy Red. But he's not in the game yet, but I'm assuming they're going to keep adding and patching characters in because a lot of characters are missing from the original game. So it's really interesting to see how they handle this game. Like Lou brought up a great point, how they're going to keep this game fresh with people. I see myself playing this game for a long, long time. I know a lot of people are kind of time traveling, and a lot of people are kind of cheesing and trying to get the bells really quick already. Me, I'm going to try to avoid that already and just enjoy and just have fun with the game, play an hour or two a day. Try not to get bored with it. Just try to enjoy myself and have a lot of fun with the game. But let's move on to, out of nowhere, I think it was Thursday or Friday, they just dropped a Nintendo Direct, out of the blue. Just, boom. I didn't even know. I didn't even know until, 12 p.m. I just looked on NeoGAF and they're like, oh, there's a Direct. I was like, what? And I had to do a reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching the reaction. But we're going to cover it. We're going to go over it right now. It starts out with Xenoblade Chronicles, May 29th. That leaked release date is true. It is official. Xenoblade Chronicles, another great JRPG, definitive edition, I don't know what to call it, like a
remastered kind of.
It looks way better than the Wii and 3DS version of the game. I mean, it looks incredible. What were your original thoughts about that, Lou? I know we talked about it off stream, but what do you think for the audience?
And I thought it was impressive. First off, the Direct. I thought the Direct was okay. I'm not really a big Nintendo guy like that, but I do respect Nintendo, and I loved a lot of their games and the nostalgia feel that Nintendo has. In terms of, to me, Nintendo is a nostalgia console that just keeps making you feel like you're, I guess you would say, a kid again for the older people, for, like the 20s and 30s, and, you enjoy their games. And for the people that are younger, they get to see what we experienced when we were kids. So I think that's very important for Nintendo. But the Direct in itself, I like that. I like the Xenoblade thing. I've never played it, so I thought it looked cool, and I'm thinking about topping it. So just to see what it's like.
Go ahead, Luke.
Never mind.
No. Go ahead.
I have gushed several times about Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I can openly admit that game is not the greatest JRPG or anything. This game, I heard this original one, people consider this is one of the best JRPGs of all time. I'm excited with all the new content they're putting into it as well. This is going to be a really great experience if you have not been able, because this game, let me clarify, the original Wii version was a very rare game that came over through Project Rainfall. A lot of fans had to sign a petition. They brought three games over, and one of them was Xenoblade Chronicles. But this game was like $80. Like, it was very expensive. So a lot of people didn't buy it for the Wii because the Wii, was moving on and the new console was coming out. So it was very, very hard to get. It was very rare. So I think this is a smart idea to remaster, remake, re-enhance this game, whatever you guys want to call it. I think it's going to sell really well because Switch is a hot item. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 did very, very, very well. I know JJ skipped most of it, but what were your impressions a little bit, JJ?
It just the JRPGs are not my genre, so I didn't really watch a lot of it. It looks impressive. It does look good, and it does. And the kind of, again, piggyback with Lou, the nostalgia factor you have with all the Nintendo's kind of proven that it's always kind of been adulty too. There's a lot of games. I know we're not going to go too far with the Direct, but there's a lot of games that are coming out that are ported to the Nintendo.
Yeah.
That are it. I don't know. Switch is just like a perfect console in some ways, where you can. I don't play it a lot traveling, but when I do travel, it's there, and I can play high quality video games on there. So, but Xenoblade looks dope. It does look really good. These trailers, that's why I don't watch too many, because they make I can't buy every fucking video game there is. So you're like, man, I can't watch all this shit.
Well, JJ is going to dip his waters into some JRPGs for sure, because I think we'll be having Royal Tuesday. I did find out, though, I forgot I do have to pay my license. I do have to renew my license. My birthday's coming up. I forgot about that. So I got to scrape with some cash for that as well. But let's go into the next thing. What JJ just said, the 2K games. Basically, the BioShock collection, the Borderlands collection, which is the Legendary collection. Lou clarified this for me. It's 1, 2, and
prequel?
The pre-sequel. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then the XCOM 2 collection as well. So they are dipping their toes in the mature rated stuff, and they kind of grown up a lot. Another one was Catherine Full Body, which kind of came out of nowhere. So you guys might actually get your Persona 5 on there. It might actually happen, and if Atlas is willing to put Catherine on there, there's a big possibility. You never know. I think Sony's a little smarter than that. They must have a tight hold on that Persona. Something's up, because it makes logical sense to put it on the Switch, but there's got to be a reason why they love the PS4/Sony so much. It's got to probably be the money. It's probably that. It's probably what that is.
Money tends to rule.
Yeah,
the day.
Money
Sony's
speaks
smart.
all
When
languages.
Sony, like 3 E3s ago, when they shouted out Persona live on their stage, you knew they really liked it. You knew they knew they had a hot item for sure. But what you guys think? The BioShock thing was leaked forever ago. But what you guys think of the 2K games being on there?
I thought it was. I thought it was smart, man. They're porting like almost everything to the Switch. It is. It's
printing money. You might as well do it.
Smart. I mean, Borderlands is a hot title, and you got 2 is the best one, so you get that.
Yeah.
You got the BioShock
too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, you could take they got The Witcher 3 on the fucking Switch. That game's huge.
Do, yeah.
You can pretty much, you get to play portably BioShock, the 3 of the Borderlands games. XCOM is a game, so
XCOM is a perfect game for that console too, because you might not want to be playing long sessions of that, because each move really matters in that game. It's a very good tactical game, like Fire Emblem. So
getting because 2K is not going to put. I mean, the 2K basketball games don't run well on that system.
Well, they put it on there.
I know. They
didn't.
They didn't do 20, right? They did 19, but they didn't do 20. I didn't think
they did do 20, but 20 looks like 19 because it is 19. It's the same game.
Those games don't run. I know the WWE games. They just said fuck that.
Yeah.
We can't even make it. We can't even make them for a PlayStation or Xbox. You're not going to put it on the Switch. So it's
at least not yet. It might be later.
2K's making. 2K's got to get some money on that console, and that's the way to do it, man.
What's up, Genesis? I know you want to play Overwatch. We gotta definitely play some Overwatch for sure.
Another game on the Switch.
Yeah,
I heard it runs okay.
What about you, Lou? Lou, what? I know you're on mute right now, but what do you think about the 2K games?
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're good.
So, I actually think doing stuff like that right now is actually, I think it's the right time to do it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think the Nintendo Switch is a very convenient console.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why, because you can do both, which is bring it anywhere you want, play it for 20 minutes up to an hour. You're going on a trip, vacation. It's both a handheld, and you can sit down and actually play it on the TV.
Yep.
And I think that these games like the BioShock, like Witcher's so long. I think you said it was like over 300 quests, right?
Oh, dude, and those quests are amazing too, because a lot of those side quests feel like main story quests. Huge detail in all that game.
It's like 250 hours, right, to beat everything.
But counting the DLC, it's probably going to take you like around that for sure.
Yeah.
But think about the convenience that it has if you were to bring like your Switch to work and you're playing it here and there. You know, you're putting an hour or two in the game, whereas you have to go home and you have to, sit down and try not to get uninterrupted. For some people, they can. I can do it at home. For other people, they can't. They have to cook. They have to attend to their spouses or whatever. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Nintendo if they can make it run right for both, the handheld and, TV, to start putting over these games, because you're going to get, even though that I saw an article that said that they sold more Switches already than Wii's. You're going to get a lot more people playing the Switch because of how convenient it is. The thing, everything today is about convenience.
Yeah.
So I like in the Switch too, where it saves your spot. You don't have to restart a console or anything. You just hit the power button, come back, and you're right where you are. So it's not even, you don't even have to really do much. And for most, if you're a family, you usually have one console. It's usually a Nintendo console, and now you get all these mature games on a Nintendo console.
You guys make a lot of great points. I think
you're gonna be a little bastard kids.
I think it's a smart thing to be porting these games over. They make a lot of sense. You're making a lot of money. Bring all the Wii U, exclusives that you failed to, bring over. They're doing that now. Almost all of them are on the Switch and making a lot of money. It makes a lot of sense. We haven't played this yet, and this is the
Turtles in fucking time.
Huh?
Turtles in time. Put it on there. God damn it.
JJ and I will never let that go. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Doom DLC dropped. JJ and I haven't got a chance to play it. We're going to be playing it full story playthrough very soon. But what you guys think of that trailer? What do you think of that trailer, JJ?
Oh, it looks good. I like Reed Richards with a beard.
Yes, the dad beard looks awesome on him.
Yeah, well, I think they're amping up for John Krasinski to play him.
Most likely, yes.
They're kind of... It wasn't him, but it looked kind of like him, so... But Doctor Doom looks cool. They look cool. The skins look... I went on there a little bit. I didn't play any story stuff because I was waiting for you. But I looked at like the Danger Room. We can still get all those skins.
Yeah.
May 1st, I think. So we can still run that a little bit. But it's still it was the most fun I had playing a video game that year too. And it wasn't the best video game, but I enjoyed playing with you, and it just took me back to those classic beat 'em up days we used to do.
Oh, you just bought the expansion pack, Shannon? Awesome, man.
Yeah, we got to run through it with Shannon still and stuff. So, I bought all the skins I didn't have that were available, and
Yeah, I'm excited to play as Doom, the Fantastic Four. They have the Future Foundation outfits. They look great. The characters look awesome. Invisible Woman can fly. It is amazing. I shout out to Team Ninja. It definitely isn't the best game in the world because it chugs a little bit. I mean, it was rated as 73 on Metacritic, but it's probably in my top 10. I put a lot of hours in that game.
Dude, if you get all four people doing their specials at once, it slows that game
The Guardians
down.
finally got some alternate costumes. It's going to be really fun. Did you get a chance to look at that, Lou?
Yes, I did. It's a little bit out of my expertise, I guess you would say, right now, because I don't have the game. But I did get to see it, and I like the skins. I like what they're adding. So that's pretty much the most I can say at this moment. So
No worries. I'm going to run through a couple quick things to get to the meteor stuff. This was an Apple exclusive game, I think, Shinsake Into the Depths. I believe that was an Apple Arcade exclusive from Capcom. They're bringing that over to the Switch. It looked pretty okay. Animal Crossing New Horizons getting an update from April 1st to 12th with the Zipper of the Bunny. You can make egg sets, stuff like that.
Easter
Good
Day.
job. Actually looked really fun.
Bunny
It looked
Day.
really, really fun. JJ, that was probably JJ's highlight of the Direct was good job.
That looks hilarious.
It looks so funny.
I like how you can do it the right way, or then he has a slingshot and fucking throws it through the.
It
looked hilarious.
You know, we already talked about Captain Full Body. Ring Fit Adventures getting a free update with Rhythm in it. King Bounty 2. I think that was your highlight, right, Lou? You were excited about King Bounty 2?
Yes, I think it looks good. I liked it, and I caught my eye. So I do plan on looking more into it and see how much more I would like it. If there's things that I like, if there's things that I don't like. So I mean, I was very interested in the game.
This would be cool if a Blockbuster still existed.
Yeah, for sure, right? it would be, yeah.
Family Video or something.
Yeah, something.
Redbox doesn't
So
do
let's get to a
Switch
meteor
games.
topic. We don't know the character yet, but we know what. I guess type. I guess arms in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It can't be. I don't think it's going to be Spring Boy or whatever his name, Spring Man, because he's already a assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So it'd be kind of weird if he was the main fighter. How do you guys feel as the first fighter? I know you were kind of a little lukewarm on him, right, Lou?
Yeah, I'm kind of a little lukewarm that it was from ARMS. So yeah. I mean, I am disappointed, but you know, when we talked about it yesterday, I think it kind of makes sense that they went that direction.
Yeah.
So
it makes 100% sense. It's a first-party title.
Yeah. I think there's only going to be 2 guest characters, gentlemen. That's my guess.
There's 6 more characters. It gives them a chance to showcase another Nintendo, and it's part of the Direct. But I love, they piggybacked off and gave you a free, month of or whatever, of ARMS.
Free week of ARMS. Yeah, you can play.
So I think it was 11 days. You get 11 days to play ARMS. Max says it's awesome. I haven't played it yet.
This is not the case, but do you think by doing that, and they're seeing how many people are playing that a specific character in there, that they're making it doesn't make any sense because they had to have the character done already. I would just say.
Yeah, I think they have most of the character done because what they say June, May, something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
Yeah, so I think what it is trying to boost ARMS sales.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
I think hey, can you put this character in the game? We'll free trial, boom, sales go up a little bit. It's kind of like it's like when you notice when NHL 20 sales went down, a lot more people playing.
Yeah.
When you get a free, you get Friday the 13th for free. A lot of people are online. So it's a good way to boost your game, and then
next game.
Well, you get the people who have Plus play it for free. Maybe the guy missed out, doesn't have Plus, tells his buddy, "Hey, this game is awesome," and then he buys it for $30, and you get a few extra sales out of it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm assuming it's.
But again, it's a first-party Nintendo game.
That's going to be my guess, is because a lot of people really like her.
I think it's going to be 2 characters.
Ooh, so you can switch between them?
When you do the skins, I think between those is. I think that's why maybe it's taking so long, because they might have more than one actual ARMS character in there. so they have to design. I mean, it's a tough design though. Like Dragon Quest is basically a skin change, right? It just basically was a
Yeah, he has the same moves, but it's just skin change. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just so this would be like different moves, I would think, if they were to do it. So it might be tough to do, but
if they
it's one that made sense.
Sakurai.
Yeah, it's one that makes sense. Still waiting for Crash Bandicoot so I can have my triple threat of my childhood mascots of Mario, Sonic, and Crash.
I did say this already that I said it on a previous podcast. I think most of this is going to be first party characters like Xenoblade and stuff like that, because they own that studio now. But if we only get 2 guest characters, JJ said 1. He wants Crash. What's your other guest character, JJ?
Oh man, please do this to me. I still think Steve from Minecraft has got to do something with it. Right?
If he's in the game, I'm uninstalling.
It just makes.
But you're right. It makes a lot of sense. He's a very popular character.
It fits every criteria Sakurai has.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you to be logical. Your dream. What's your dream? What's the 2 you want? You want Crash and whatever.
Kratos. 100% Kratos.
Boom. Lou, the 2 guests you want.
Kratos is one, and oh my god, you put me on the spot. The Minecraft one though makes it makes sense in a business standpoint. I will say that. I will give that to JJ. I don't want that though. I don't want.
It's the highest.
Yeah,
it's the highest selling video game of all time.
Your dream.
I would maybe Crash. Like if not.
Yeah.
You know,
Crash makes a lot of sense. I think
there's one more that was kind of teased on Twitter. I don't think it'll happen, but Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Ed Boon
really wants it.
Ed Boon wants Scorpion in that game, so you can have Scorpion versus Ryu and Terry.
I'm gonna go with Dante from Devil May Cry. Obviously, that's the number 1 I want for me. I want to see Dante versus Bayonetta.
That makes sense.
Bad. So bad.
What about Cappy?
Huh?
What about Cappy?
Cappy?
Mario's hat?
Yeah, his hat. I'm shocked he's not. Actually, isn't he a taunt? I'm pretty sure he's a taunt in the game.
He's probably a taunt, and he might be part of a skin too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, like that'd be hilarious if it was just a hat. That was
just a cage. You could control the other players. It'd be
You possess anybody?
Oh, it'd be OP because you just jump off the edge.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I want Dante, obviously, from Devil May Cry. I think it makes a lot of sense for that. And I'm going to probably go with... I'm going to go with Sub-Zero. Because I think Sub-Zero makes a lot more sense than Scorpion because he has ice powers. So
it's not... You're not stabbing people?
You're not technically stabbing or killing people, even though you just threw the fox off the edge there and killed him. But, you know...
Sub-Zero is a less violent character. You should put Baraka on there and just go ape shit. Just...
Hack everybody. Yeah. You know what? Here we go. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to go... He will not fit, but for shits and giggles, I want Spawn. I want Spawn and fucking...
You can't have Spawn. You can't have Spawn.
Yeah, most likely.
Because you said Goku can never be in it, so Spawn can never be in it.
Shannon said Ninja Gaiden, Ryu, and Dante. Makes a lot of sense. Book it. The next really huge thing, Bravely Default 2 demo came out same day as the Direct. What did you guys think of that game by Square Enix?
What is it called? Oh, I don't know, man. I'm not into that shit.
All right, go ahead, Lou. What did you think?
Yeah, go ahead. Lou's more educated than shit.
You kind of caught me off guard with that one. I totally forgot. Let me see which one that was. That was the game before they announced the expansion, right? The Pokemon expansion. That was the game that they went on.
Yeah, it was way before that, actually.
Was it? Okay, then I honestly don't remember.
It took like a good 10 minutes of the Direct. They went deep. Demo. Yeah. I'll give you guys a little info of it. It's the third game out of the Bravely series because there's Bravely Default and there's Bravely Second and now there's Bravely Default 2. So it's very weird, the naming conventions. But essentially what it is it's original Final Fantasy. Square Enix made this game. And they made Bravely Default for the 3DS. It took off because people were like, "Oh,
Turn it
you
down.
really like old school JRPGs and the Final Fantasies?" Because they have the job system in it and a bunch of other old school Final Fantasy mechanics. And people were like, "Yeah, duh, that's the Final Fantasy we want." So it took off, became its own series. Demo came out. I highly suggest playing it. It's very good. A couple other games to run through, then we're gonna get out of here. Of the Nintendo Direct is the Clubhouse games, which is 51 games. It has like billiards stuff in it. Ninjala is kind of like the ultimate Naruto free-to-play game, which is you play as a ninja and you could battle other people and run up walls and stuff like that. A remake of Star Wars Racer and a remake of Panzer Dragoon came out the same day. Very awesome, very cool. And the final thing they left off with, which we can talk about a little bit, is the Isle of Armor. What did you think of what they did with the Isle of Armor, JJ? They showed a little bit more of it.
Yeah, I didn't put. I maybe put 1.5 hours into Pokemon, so I don't really have a say in it. Did you watch the Direct, Seth? Yeah. Oh, so I think it looks good. I like the new legendary Cubfu or whatever. He looks cute as fuck.
And you actually don't have to.
And you get to pick his.
You get to
class.
pick what he evolves into, which is cool.
Yeah, you get to pick darker water, so it looks cool. Yeah, it's smart, and I thought it looked.
Yeah, it looked,
I'm more
to me, I
excited
thought
for
it
the
looked
winter
really
one.
good because of the wild area is the best part of the new Pokemon game, and this definitely looks like they're letting you use the camera a little bit more. What did you think of the end of the Direct with Pokemon?
First off, I was kind of disappointed with the end of the Direct because I really wanted. So I'm gonna put this out there. I wanted Mario Strikers. I wanted
that would have been sexy.
I know it's a mini. I don't like that it ended with the expansion. I'm not a big fan of that. It's really one of those things. It looks good. I like it. Not really my cup of tea.
Is that Rikishi?
You know, it's
is that Rikishi's jacket?
It's gonna be one of those things that it's gonna catch a lot of people's eye, and they're going to get it. And I hope they like it. Not my cup of tea. I just felt a little disappointed because I wanted something different from the mini. But I'm pretty sure.
JJ, in a previous podcast, I think we said that in this next Direct they would have a Mario Sports title. So maybe that's the E3 one, the E3 Direct maybe. I think we're due for one. I would love Strikers or baseball, or honestly, I would like something different. Maybe like a volleyball one or a hockey one.
A more fleshed out.
Yeah,
version.
not Mario Sports Mix. I don't want any one of those. You know, not half-ass sports games. I want a full, in detail like Mario Tennis Aces. You know, I want a full in detail like game. And I think it's time for that. Strikers would be incredible though, because I think that one or the baseball one, people would really love. But I honestly probably think it's going to be Mario Golf. I think that's the next one.
I'm with a lot of people waiting for the Breath of Wild 2 more about that.
Yeah.
And I thought they were coming out. I thought they were going to come out with a game this year, so they still could. But I thought it was going to.
I think E3 is the perfect place for that because that's your big one. That's your big boy.
See,
especially with Xenoblade, because Xenoblade's going to be out. All this stuff most of this stuff is going to be out already. It's a good way to fill out the year because JJ made up a great point last podcast. They didn't need to do a Direct because they had two games. They had Token Mirage Sessions and Animal Crossing, and they knew they could wait till Animal Crossing came out. It didn't matter. They could wait, and they'll make oodles and oodles of money. And all the sales reports is people are going bananas for Animal Crossing, obviously.
Yeah, I got 2 copies of it.
Yeah.
So, well, I didn't pay for either one.
Shannon says Bravely Default 2 looks good. Almost looks like Octopath Traveler. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. A little bit. All right, let's get into let's get into the power struggle here. I did send you guys a photo of like the specs, but I only want to cover a little bit. I just want to ask you guys personally, because for a lot of people, and I want to say this right off the info, we do not we are not into. We don't really know the specs of things. We don't know how to read any of this stuff. We're just gonna go with our gut and some of the stuff I researched and was knowledgeable about. But there's a couple things I wanted to go over with the power struggle of the PS5 slash Xbox One Series X. I'm gonna keep doing that because I think that's cool. X.
Get out of here, Dante Hall.
But a lot of these things are almost identical. I just want to point out these things are so damn similar. You know, they both have 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray drive. They both have 6 gigabytes of RAM. They both have Zen-Core processors. They both have custom Radeon, AMD chips, teraflop. The difference is the teraflops. Microsoft has 52 teraflops. Sony's PS5, according to this, has 36 teraflops.
Just a fun word. Don't know what it means, but it's a word.
They like throwing that out there. And right now, the storage capacity right now is a 1 terabyte solid-state hard drive for Microsoft, 825 gigabytes for Sony PS5 solid-state hard drive. The one edge I think I want to just point out is the PS5 will actually take solid-state hard drives that you buy on your own. They're non-proprietary. You can buy any one in the store. I won't say anyone because they did say a specific one. They told you to hold off on that, so don't going quarantine crazy and buying a whole bunch of solid-state hard drives for no reason. Just wait until Sony gives you a clear indication of what solid-state hard drives. But I think that's going to be a big plus because if you put any one you want, where Microsoft is going to have their own proprietary ones that you have to buy by yourself. I think that's a big edge. This is something Sony has never done before. Think of Vita, think of all the way back to PlayStation 1 where you had to buy their own proprietary memory cards and stuff like that. So I think that's very huge. I think that's very, very big. I think that gives it a nod. And the other thing that potentially could give it a nod is I think it's their gigahertz or something. But my biggest question to you guys, because that's all mumbo jumbo to us, we're not going to, and to the chat here, does power really mean that much to you guys? Because for a lot of people, they do. Microsoft is smart. They know for a fact that that's their audience and that's what they really love. The PS4 was much more powerful than the Xbox Xbox One. The Xbox One. I'm getting lost with names now. Microsoft, better naming conventions, please, next time. The Xbox One, when it was launched, was not as powerful than a PS4. And a lot of people thought that was the biggest reason why a lot of people left Microsoft to go to Sony, which in reality it wasn't. It was all the DRM shit where you couldn't give games to friends. You had to keep your console on all the time. Blah, blah, blah. All this nonsense that they wanted to do. That's what killed the Xbox One in launch, not the power. But how do you guys feel in the chat as well? How do you guys feel about the power struggle? Is this going to sway you? Because the specs look pretty sexy on the Xbox Series X, for sure. It looks really, really good. It looks really, really nice. But so does Sony's. I mean, they look really good. I mean, it's not much. It's basically a couple teraflops. That's about it, is the difference. And maybe a couple gigahertz here and there or something. But so, I am not Mark Cerny. I'm not a tech guy. And I know a lot of you were upset with that GDC presentation, and that just happened last week. But that's all it was their GDC presentation. So I don't know why anyone thought that the PS5 was actually going to be there and stuff like that. They're taking their sweet time with this. And I think it's smart in Sony's case because they're playing a big game of chicken with Microsoft with pricing right now. They're figuring out, they're waiting. Who's going to drop the price first, and then they're going to undercut that person. I think that's how it's going to go. Even though both will probably be 500 is my guess. But I'm going to start with Boob. What do you think of power? Is power mean a lot to you, and is it going to sway you to get an Xbox Series X over a PS5?
No. Me personally, the thing that kind of ruined, because I was going to get both at launch, The thing that ruined it for me is the rumored articles, and I don't know if they confirmed it or not, that all exclusives are also going to be played on the past Xbox.
For 2 years, yes. It's confirmed
yeah,
100%. 2 years, they're going to wait.
Yeah, they're going to wait. To me, there's no sense of making another console right now if you don't have exclusives for that exclusive system. And it is one of those things that it does persuade people. Power does persuade people.
Yeah.
But then, if you're not a Halo guy, if you're not a Gears guy, and you're not a Forza guy, Xbox doesn't really provide much exclusives for you.
Yeah.
But I'm just going off the top of my head, and you're just playing multi-platform games. So, I mean, I would rather play my God of Wars. I would rather play Ghost of Tsushima. I would rather play The Last of Us. I would rather play all the other games that Sony can produce basically every 4 months. It seems like. Because they have a different exclusive, feels like every 4 months.
Yeah.
Then, waiting for another Halo to drop in 2 years.
Yeah, true. And to be fair, like JJ and I, we just did a Gears of War-a-thon. It was an epic February. It was a love letter to you guys, really. As we destroyed and massacred and chainsawed the hell out of mini locusts together. As a family.
And robots.
As a family. And some robots, for sure. But Microsoft's got to have they got to prove a lot to me with Halo. And it was really interesting to hear Lou and Elo, shout out to Elo, fan of the channel. Dan the man's older brother. They were going to buy an Xbox Series X for the new Halo. And after we have talked so much shit about Halo 5, and that blew my mind because to me, Halo and Gears are not what they used to be. They are kind of just living for the sake of Microsoft right now because Microsoft bought the original studios, Epic and, Bungie, moved on, started doing other stuff, Destiny, Fortnite, all that stuff. They moved on, and basically Microsoft, made a new studio coalition and then bought 343 just for the sake of keeping these. Because to me, the passion's not there. And I don't want to hate. I know people, we do not hate Microsoft here. I really, really enjoy. Game Pass is the best deal on the planet right now. I enjoy my Xbox One. It felt good to play Gears. And I'm really shocked I will not spoil it for Lou. I'm really shocked what they did with the end of Gears of 5. I think a terrible decision. Now you got to pick some sort of canon thing for us to continue with 6. I don't like that decision at all when you really had no decisions at all in the game. And a few other nitpicky things, but
a quick time decision too. It wasn't
really quick. I had to pick it super quick. I had to make it. But I don't want to hate on 343 or the Coalition. They're doing hard work. Halo and Gears have never looked better. They look great. They run smooth. The sound is awesome. But the story and the passion is not there. You can tell they don't love that title as much as they could. Where you see it with Sony and Nintendo, that a lot of love went into those games. And gaming's a tough job. It's not easy. You spend a lot of years of your life making a video game, and
that gets shit on right away.
It gets shit on right away, and it's tough to take over. Yeah. The magnitude of Halo and Gears. I mean, those two were when you think Microsoft, those are the two. So I don't want to get too off track, but I just wanted to put that out there because I really thought about it after playing Gears 5, and I didn't hate it. I think Gears 5 is one of their best exclusives. Fantastic game. Having a lot of fun playing Horde mode with Backseat Neil. Shout out to Backseat Neil. Another friend of the channel. But JJ, the power struggle, is it going to convince you? What's the determining factor for the sexy machismo white assassin JJ himself?
It's always going to be software over hardware. As long as the hardware's close, and they're close. Like Xbox Series X is going to be more powerful. Just is. But their software's not as good. I can prove to you that it doesn't matter to most people because the Switch is outsold the Xbox.
Yeah.
And the Switch is not as powerful. Yeah. The Switch isn't as powerful as the Xbox One. Not even close. but the software's so good. So I mean, Luigi's Mansion looks amazing. They do have some blunders where games don't look great. But Luigi's Mansion 3
usually
looks
the third-party game. It's usually not their own games.
Yeah, that Mario Odyssey looked great, like you said. Yeah, so I'm gonna get both. I'm gonna get a PS5 at launch. I will probably wait 2 or 3 years to get the Xbox Series X. There's nothing to like Lou said. There's nothing worth getting. I could play everything for the Xbox One. If I want to play Halo, I can play it on the One. So I've been a fortunate kid. I don't want to say divorce is good, but I've always had a lot of stuff. I've always had multiple parents, and I've never been part of this console struggle where people are I've always had everything, and I think Levi has been that way too. I've always had an Xbox and a PlayStation at the same time.
Yeah, and a Nintendo console.
I've had some sort of Nintendo console always in my house. So to me, when Levi says we're not shitting on Microsoft just because we're Sony fanboys.
Yeah.
Most of it's warranted, and I love the game. Like you said, Game Pass is awesome. Yeah. The Gears games were fantastic.
The point of the
early
channel
Halos
is we really
awesome.
love video games. Our passion for video games. I think it's the greatest medium in the world because a movie is like a ride. You are dictated by that ride. Where in a video game, I get to be the ride. I get to experience. I get to control everything. My destiny. And
95% of movies are not going to be personal to you.
Yes.
It's not this personal touch. We're a very good video game that tells a very good story is going to be personal to you because you've experienced that journey as a character. You have went along.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not watching the character go through this journey. You're playing.
Be fair, video games are pretty long. Like a lot of these games we've been playing are like 30, 40, 50 hours.
I wouldn't so much compare a video game to a movie, but it's like a TV series. It's like God of War is is up there with The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was very good. Breaking Bad is very good, but you're watching it as an outsider. You're watching it through the eyes of characters, or you're watching it through your eyes, watching characters. Whereas a video game, you are the character.
You are the character. Yeah.
You get to feel the strength of being a Kratos early on when he's jumping up fucking Colossuses.
Really hit the nail on the head with that. They have so many personal stories, even when it's not their studio. Even Persona, the story in Persona, the personal story you go through, and all the decisions you get to make have a really lasting effect on you, and on the characters in the game. Like it's well done.
A very good one is Death Stranding. So again, I'm going to say this for the 100th. It's a fucking weird game. It's the weirdest game I've ever played. It's a game I 100% would have never thought I liked.
Yeah.
And I just kept going and going and going and going and going, and it's awesome. It's just
it really is. Yeah. Lou, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I cut you off from cutting me off.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It was the whole thing of on hating on Microsoft. I don't personally hate on Microsoft. I just do think that they do a lot of things that don't make sense to
Kevin.
A person that values money. I guess you would say. I'm not saying you guys don't value money.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that at all. But in terms of making a new console, they just made a new console. It was supposed to be a better upgrade in graphics and everything like that. But if you're gonna go into a next gen and you're not gonna have any exclusive games, and it just doesn't make sense money wise to upgrade. Unless you are that person that likes.
They've already.
But if you like graphics, then you should buy a PC.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
example.
They've already said that the consoles are obsolete. They're not
for
gonna.
Sure. They're way old. They're way old architecturally.
They're saying all consoles. They're gonna. They've already came out and said consoles are not the way to go.
It's really interesting to see.
They're
all
putting one out to pull one out.
are in their own place right now. It's really interesting. Switch is doing its own thing with the hybrid portability stuff. Microsoft is really feel like they're going to compete with Amazon and Google in terms of streaming. They want to put their games everywhere. They don't really like the term exclusive. Sony really loves the term exclusive, and they want to keep that brand going strong. And to be fair, I mean, Microsoft really has really great consumer practices. I think it's a really great idea if you have a gaming PC, and I can play Gears of War on my laptop right now. If I wanted. If I wanted to take this to JJ's house, and I was stuck, in a chapter in Gears 5, I could play it right here. I think those are great practices. But for me personally, as a gamer, I think exclusives are still important, at least to me. And I think Nintendo and Sony have proven that. I think the Switch and the PS4 would have not been so successful if they didn't have God of War or Zelda. I think that is fact. I think that is 100% fact.
Yeah.
And those games turned out to be phenomenal. Like some of the best
of all time.
Yeah, some of the best of all time. And Microsoft really struggled this gen because a lot of their games are kind of stuck in limbo because they don't know where to go with it. They got interesting storylines going through. It's really interesting. Like I said, I don't want to make it seem like 343 and Coalition are not doing a great job. They are, contextually, they are. But story-wise, they are struggling. They do not know where they want to go with this thing. Some of the baffling decisions they have made, it is really interesting to me. And I think it's incredible what all the companies are doing. What all three companies are doing. I think they're doing incredible things for not only us as consumers, but just as the gameware and the industry. The hardware they're putting in is a serious jump. To me, this is where I feel like they're taking their console seriously a little bit more. The solid state hard drive, if you guys don't know what that is, I mean, it makes things incredibly quick. I mean, the biggest term right now is load times, and right now, and it's going to be quick. Mark Cerny said the load times are going to be like 1 or 2 seconds on the PS5 or something like that. Someone quote me down below.
That's very important. That's very important.
I know they did Spider-Man PS4 down. I forgot what it was though. It went from like 8 seconds to 0.1 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting how this goes and how this launches. Quick thing before we go into rumors. I know we have a serious thing going on in the world right now. Does this hurt the PS5 and Xbox Series X from coming out this year?
The coronavirus?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to hurt like video games getting pushed back and stuff, but it hasn't yet, so I don't know.
Well, you're safe if you buy digital, which JJ and I game share a lot, so we've been buying digital a lot, so we're okay with that. What about you, Lou? You think manufacturing and stuff, is it going to be a problem for these consoles?
They said no, but they're going by projection of how long they feel that.
Because November's a long way away. It's a long way away.
Yeah, but they're going by how long they feel that it's going to last.
What's up,
I don't
Savage?
know how long this virus is going to last, especially if people continue to go out. But I guess we're going to have to see. Personally, I think they're going to get delayed. Personally, okay. I think they're going to get delayed, and if they feel like they have to rush it, then they shouldn't rush it. They shouldn't. So
I agree.
Just
100%.
let it be.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to get delayed. I think these things are pretty much set in stone right now. Like I said, I think they're just playing a big game of chicken right now of price. They just want to nail that sweet spot of price right now. They want to undercut each other right now. And I guarantee Sony will wait until Microsoft at E3 announces their price. They will be that coy. I know people are itching. They want to see the console. They want to see the price. They want to see the games. They want to know what this thing is. But I think Sony's smart, especially how fast, how fast things travel through the internet now. I don't think it's that big a deal. I don't think you need 6 to 7 months to promote your console anymore. I think you could do it in 3 months. Like, I think it's very possible. Like, you could do it in 3 months.
They're going to shadow drop it.
Yeah. I don't know if they should do that, but but information's really quickly. Let's move on to rumors to end the podcast. Shout out to everybody in here. Savage, Genesis, Shannon, thank you so much for saying what up. So let's talk about Spider-Man 2 rumor. There was a big, rumor. Again, take all these rumors with a grain of salt, people. All this could just be bullshit. So we're just going to talk about it because I think it's fun. And I want to see what my panel here, my beautiful, beautiful, sexy panel here, thinks of Spider-Man 2 and where they want Spider-Man 2 to go. But let me say the rumor first. So, 2021 release, villains, Venom, Carnage, Mysterio, web-slinging overhaul, Miles Morales playable, and I already said 2021 release, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to start with JJ because he is not a big Spider-Man guy like me. But...
Well, I'm not big like you. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's
to be
he's not
fair,
my favorite.
I'm not...
He's not my favorite.
You guys know me. I have never told a lie in my life. But I'm pretty sure I quote JJ that he said that he was glad a particular character at the end of Spider-Man died. And he spoiled it for everybody. It's true. Factual.
I cried, man. I cried like a little bitch. I cried straight up.
But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Cried.
What do you want from Spider-Man 2? What do you think of the rumor and what do you want?
I just want a more of the same but better. I don't want as many of collecting pigeon missions and shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to put that shit in there. If you're gonna do a side mission, maybe hash it out a little bit. I like the one with Tombstone where you.
That was the best one in the whole game.
Where you delve it out a little bit, where you do these. But I think anyone who played the first game kind of figured Venom was going to be in the second one. They just teased it too much, and you couldn't play as Black Costume Spider-Man. If you read the interview, that was for a reason. Carnage is kind of surprising right away, but not so much either because it is a symbiote.
Mysterio, plus the Venom 2 movie.
Yeah. Mysterio is just... I don't think they're going to do anything based on movies. I think Sony's given them... They're writing their own story.
Yeah. But,
so they're not going to do a...
You think of that character, though, and then you think of the movie.
Well, I disagree with that because I think the story was already written.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this was written before Venom, the movie, even came out. Yeah. So I think this was written with part one. They just had to break it up.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, this is part one. This is what we're going to do for two. So, Mysterio, he was a classic villain that wasn't in the first one. So, I mean, they did a good job with the design of a Taskmaster villain. I didn't necessarily like all the running around, but video games are like that. You're gonna have side quests and fetch quests and shit like that. So. But I'm very excited for where the story goes. I'm not gonna spoil it because I have a tendency to do that.
Yes, you do.
The Venom character who is playing Venom, I want to see their take on that. Is Carnage gonna be Cletus Kennedy? Is it gonna be that character still? So. They've kind of taken the Spider-Man lore and went their own way.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they put a little bit of their sauce in it.
Yeah, they went.
What villain do you want though, personally? What's the number one?
My favorite villain from Spider-Man, I guess most kids from the '90s, watch the '90s, is Venom. We all love Venom.
Yep. We are Venom.
Yeah, we were all big fans of Venom as kids. He was a late, he came out in the 90s, I think. It was
Todd McFarlane designed him.
Yes, yeah. So it's a big one. I guess I would like to see not necessarily villains, but I'd like to see how this world interweaves with the Avengers world.
Me too. Yeah.
Because they already mentioned it. They already mentioned they were gone to San Francisco in the first game.
They did. They mentioned that incident. Yep.
So they're already kind of weaving them together.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of this weaving together and then possibly other games. I know that we'll talk about the other rumor, but that's what I'm most excited about is I think they hit the villains. Venom, Carnage are big hitters, man.
Yeah.
Carnage had his own video game for the Sega Genesis. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So those Venom and Carnage are big hitters, Green Goblin, I guess, would be the other one. That's the other big hitter that maybe they're planning further down the line, maybe game 3. He's the main villain. Maybe they tease him at the end of 2. But
yeah, I think he's going to be part of 2, personally. because of that particular venom that's attached to him.
And that's why I think it's going to be a 3 thing.
Yeah, me too.
That character, he's going to introduce.
How about you, Lou? What do you think of this rumor, and what do you want out of Spider-Man 2?
So what I want, first off, I'm not going to go into what I think is going to happen in Spider-Man 2 or 3, but I will say that I want more meaningful side missions. You can keep like the pigeon stuff and all that type of stuff. You can keep like, that stuff to fill in the game, but I want more meaningful side missions. I do think that Carnage in particular, I think he's going to be in 3, and I think Venom is going to be in 2. They have to find a way to make it that Venom in particular is not a debuff character, I guess you would say. So, they got to build some importance for him.
Yeah, for sure.
But the other thing that I would like is I would like to see more of the Kingpin. That's another thing that I would like to see personally, but mainly in side story. So like maybe make him like a big side type of story. So like a big side boss type of thing, and try to incorporate him where he's ruining the main story in 2. Again, I got an idea of how I would like 2 to be played, but I'm not going to share that right now. So because it would
Lou keeping secrets for everybody.
The Kingpin is a very likely. It's very smart and very likely.
Yeah,
you did sabotage him in the first one. So
I agree with both of you guys in a lot of ways. I think Carnage should be saved for 3 personally. It makes a lot of sense if Carnage is in this one though, because of the Venom 2 movie. The Mysterio thing makes a lot of sense. Classic villain, plus Far From Home happened already. Venom, I think they're definitely taking it with Venom for sure. I think it's 100%. It's going to be a different Venom. It's going to be Ultimate Venom a little bit. And if you guys know who Ultimate Venom is, I won't spoil that for you guys that are really
underrated video game for the GameCube. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Especially with the comic book style back then. I'm with you guys on the side mission stuff, though. I think they need to elaborate on that a little bit more. I also like what JJ said about the Avengers interweaving. I want a little bit more. I kind of want a little bit of both of those incorporated together, and this is how I would like it. Like, for example, one side mission could be Rhino. You fight Rhino, you get your ass kicked a couple times, and then Daredevil happens to help you out, maybe. That'd be cool to see Daredevil, because they have the Hell's Kitchen there already. They have the Wakanda Embassy. They have some of these other superheroes, Easter eggs around. I would like to see that. Just going to put this out there. I would like to see my boy Moon Knight. Don't think it's going to happen, but I'd like to see Moon Knight.
I actually think that's...
Spider-Man, that'd be cool. He was in Spider-Man 2? He was in one of the Spider-Man games way back when. Back in the long, long time ago.
Yeah. He was in like that Shadow one with Wolverine, was
it? Might have been that one, yes. I think he was in that one, yes. The villains sound great. I think Carnage should save a little bit. Like Lou said, build up Venom a little bit. Let him have things. Let him have his own story. I'm interested and shocked that you guys didn't mention Miles at all. That you didn't like you weren't in favor, or you disliked him being playable.
Well, he was already playable in the first one. Like, I assumed it was going to be more of that, but more,
I meant as in like Spider-Man. He's going to be a Spider-person.
Well, you're going to be training him. Is what I'm assuming. It's going to be a Yoda, Luke Skywalker type thing, where you're trying to get him to be a Spider-Man. Is what you're doing.
What up, boy?
Grandma made me read a book.
But
there's a kid named
it's gonna be interesting how they handle it. 'Cause I was talking to Ewa last night about this. A shout out to him again. He didn't like this idea, but I think they're gonna do Into the Spider-Verse with Spider-Man. I think it's a big possibility. Maybe with Spider-Man 4. Maybe they do this whole trilogy with Peter Parker, then move on from Peter and do Into the Spider-Verse with Miles. I don't know, with my gut and how popular that movie is, I think they're going to try to incorporate that somehow into not this game, but the next game.
I still think this was written before that movie was even out. Like, nothing in media is going to really sway it, I don't think, too much.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand, it's not only Sony's own property. but Marvel owns it too, and they might want
Yeah.
certain characters in the game.
I'm
For
guessing
sure.
something might have. He might have talked to Feige and was pissed about Peter Parker dying into the Spider-Verse. Because I think he was planning that in his games.
Yeah. Yeah, but you think it's going to happen this game, right? You think he's going to die, right?
I think it's going to happen sooner than you think. Just
the beginning of the game. You heard it first. JJ said it. Spider-Man, first mission, first web swing. You missed. Helicopter blade.
You're right. You're right about Into the. Yeah, that could. You're right about Into the Spider-Verse, though. It does. I think that movie being so successful will ease it a little bit of.
There's going to be some mention of Spider-Gwen or something. Something's going to go down.
Well, you're probably going to meet Gwen.
Though,
possibly,
if it does happen,
that's true.
It's going to happen
because
in 3.
One thing I liked about this is that there was not multiple universe. Miles is not from a multiple universe. He's just here.
Yeah.
He just exists here.
What are they going to do to top the other death? You know, because that's part of media is you can't stand still. You got to move forward. We talked about
this. Spoilers. Spoiler alert. We talked about this a long time ago in the Silver Sable DLC. I got a bad feeling for MJ. I just got a bad feeling for MJ. She's doing some sad stuff she shouldn't be doing in a country that's very bad right now. And whatever Silver Sable's country is, maybe Sable saves her. I don't know. Honestly, I really like their partnership together. Silver Sable. I hope she's back in this game. I hope we see more of Black Cat. We're definitely going to see more of Fury for sure. Because the Black Cat DLC was probably still my favorite, and it was the first one.
That bitch tried to make you think she was pregnant.
It threw me off, though, when that happened. I was like, what? I was live on stream. I was like, what? What is going on?
I was like, very possible.
Yeah.
He already admitted to it.
And I love that phone call between him and MJ and how, innocent and how frightened he was and how he didn't want to hurt MJ's feelings, Like, I really like that a lot. And I like that there's some happiness in the game. But you're right. Are they going to top the death? Maybe it's not a good guy that dies. Maybe Spider-Man kills somebody. Maybe they do it something different.
Well, that's the thing, is maybe it's not a death at all.
Maybe he kills Harry, maybe he punches him so hard in his jejunum that he throws up his gut. It's over.
Jackie Moon shows up. He's ready to love me, sexy.
Love me, sexy. I agree with both of you guys a little bit. I'm really excited to hear that if they are overhauling, because I thought the web swinging was perfect, but if they do overhaul it, it's going to be super sexy. Insomniac has done a great job establishing their own universe, but having that nostalgic feeling. They pulled no punches with that game. That game is fantastic. But mark my words, I keep saying it. 2 will be like Uncharted 2. Will be one of the best games of all time. It's going to be up there and possibly win Game of the Year. I'm going with my gut reaction. I could be wrong, but mark my words. The GG has said that. He has spoken. Let's talk about a couple other Marvel rumors. And this is very interesting. So, supposedly there's a Daredevil game in the works. They didn't say any studio. Again, take all this with a grain of salt, people.
Yeah, I heard this one was 100% false.
Yeah, they're a Daredevil game that's very much like Arkham. You play a lot at night. They're gonna have the echolocation like the detective mode. Bullseye's in it. Obviously, that's usually his main baddie, one of the big nemesis of it. I think it would be incredibly awesome if this was true, but I don't buy it in the slides, not because Daredevil's not cool and all, but I think they're feeding off this nostalgia of Daredevil. There was a Daredevil game in the works for GameCube, and it got canned. And
it came out for the DS, right? The movie game?
There was actually like a Daredevil game, just like a Daredevil game, not the movie. There was actually one in deep production. There's a bunch of screenshots and stuff on it online back in the day. I don't know if they're online anymore. But it looked really fun. It looked really interesting because he can kind of web swing like Spider-Man because of his grappling hook and stuff like that. But they made it seem like this is going to be really much like Arkham in a lot of ways, and I think that'd be cool. I think you need a top-tier studio. I don't think you give a studio this property But to be honest, Marvel is taking video gaming much more serious. But I don't know if this is the next Marvel game. I don't know if it is. How do you guys feel about it? Let's start with Luke this time.
I don't know if Daredevil is as popular. I mean, he's a popular character, but I don't know if he's like one of the best characters to go with, for Marvel right now.
Yeah.
I mean, not the movie. The show was excellent. I'm just throwing that out there.
It was fantastic.
It was great, and I'm pretty sure it got people really excited for a possible Daredevil game. But I just don't know if you can convince that type of audience to buy a game if it's not made by a popular studio. I guess you would say.
Yeah, I got you. What about you, JJ?
Is this the secret Rocksteady game? Are they, because it's going to be like Arkham? This is actually there's not a Batman game coming out. It's
that'd be
Daredevil.
Incredible.
It's been
I don't know. I think
the whole time.
there is a Batman game, and I think the other game's a Justice League. I'm going. Oh my god, I think it's Justice League.
Yeah, they were going to leak that at E3, or they're going to show it at E3.
Yeah. But what do you think, JJ, of Daredevil?
I just don't think it's coming out. I don't think that's. I'm all for it. Because I think
I would hella play this game.
I think 100% right now, Marvel has maybe the most faith out of any company. So anything they put out, people are probably going to buy.
Yeah.
I mean, they've hit home runs on 99% of their movies. The game did great. We'll see how this Marvel event they've gotten. Insomniac made a great game. We'll see how Square does.
Yep.
But
I have faith. Please don't fudge that up, Square. Please don't push it.
But it's too easy because also superhero fans and comic book fans, just like video game, very fickle people.
Big time. And that's why I'm shocked like Insomniac got away, because Insomniac did have some hate. When the new suit was unveiled, a lot of people were super pissed about it. They were freaking out. And I loved it. I love the new design.
It's hard to do new things with characters that are beloved.
Yeah, that are classic. Especially somebody old as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
really old.
So it's... Yeah, I don't know if it's why the Fantastic Four, because they're the oldest. They were the first Marvel characters, at least.
Marvel's first family, baby.
So I don't know if it's. That's why they failed so hard. So I'm anxious. This DLC should be good. I thought that should have been Marvel's next game, is Fantastic Four.
Yo, that'd be sick.
Trying to reestablish them.
That would be sick.
If you can make a great video game. See, I'm always in the club to make the game first and then do the movie, especially with
what about
I know it never really works.
What about in Spider-Man? I think there might be a big tease of Fantastic Four in that game, in the original game. If you remember.
Yeah. I just think the Fantastic Four.
Some particular family bought a lot of real estate there.
Yeah, there's all kinds of you got Doctor Strange is teased, Wakanda, like you said, Hell's Kitchen, everything. So they had
Madison,
Madison Square Garden. They did a pretty good job. I just think Fantastic Four hasn't gotten justice in a long time.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out. It's one of the movies one of the Marvel characters that haven't got done justice in movies yet, but maybe their time's coming, because they are going to be in the MCU pretty soon.
Yeah, they're part of the Marvel family.
And the final Marvel rumor we're going to go with, the next game, supposedly in 2023, is a Wolverine game.
I did hear that one too.
God of War style Wolverine game. We'll start with JJ this time. What do you think?
That just sounds fantastic. That sounds like nothing in that sentence.
I immediately, when I heard that, even though it's not Last of Us, I got Logan vibes from it. When I heard that rumor, Logan vibes, a slow-paced, Last of Us style game.
PS4 God of War, or God of War like hack and slash.
No, PS4 God of War, slow style, slow pace.
Because I was about to say the one. I would like to see like a God of War 2 style Wolverine game, but he doesn't quite have
faster pace and you do crazy.
He doesn't have that reach to really. But I'm all for it. Wolverine was my favorite character as a kid. I really
That's
resonated
my top
with
two. Wolverine,
because he was hairy, and so was I. So I really,
And he's
really
Canadian.
and I'm not.
Bub.
But
What about
I
you, Lou?
always,
What did you think of that? What would you think of that? Do you want a slower paced Wolverine game, or do you want a faster paced Wolverine game?
I would like a faster paced Wolverine game, but not I don't know, not like what God of War was, which was hack and slash, I guess you would say.
Or like a Devil May Cry style game, maybe a Platinum game style.
Yes.
They should just have Sony Santa Monica.
I don't think Wolverine, in my opinion, like, with Kratos, we get to see a different side of Kratos in this new arc in God of War. That's what I'm going to call it, the new arc. Because the next game is probably going to be called God of War 2, not God of War 5.
So weird.
I hope they just call it God of War, Ragnarok or something. Just don't put a number on it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're going to buy it anyway, so.
Yeah, well, no, it's not going to stop me from buying it, of course, but even if they put a 2 on it, to me, it's going to be God of War 5,
but not as slow as God of War.
Yeah, you want a faster style?
Just a little bit faster. I believe if you give me a little bit faster,
all right,
and I want to know more about it. So.
I already put this ideas out there, so you guys probably know, and I'll reiterate this.
How did I win?
If you had the chance right now, if Marvel came up to you, what character do you want and what studio you want to do it? I'm going to put you right in the spot. Go ahead, JJ, first.
All-time favorite character is Gambit. So you can't make a Gambit game without the... So I would do an X-Men game, and I would probably pick Platinum to do it.
Okay. I would do also Platinum games, but I would do Deadpool. I think Deadpool fits perfect with Platinum because of all the crazy shenanigans they could do in the combat system, and Deadpool has a lot of weapons and gadgets already. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think they would do a really good job of it. What about you, Lou?
I'm gonna say, I would.
You got to rematch that, Seth.
Already. I think I said this already.
Daredevil
and Sucker Punch.
Daredevil and Sucker Punch. I think that'd be a perfect match. I think Sucker Punch knows how to handle superhero type games already with Infamous. I think that would make a lot of sense. I think that's really great. But
I think Sucker Punch will have a Marvel. They're going to be in this family somehow. I
wonder what's going on because I wonder if their studio got bigger at all. Like, there's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors Sony's buying a lot of stuff, for sure. Like, I don't even think we talked about Castlevania, Metal Gear, and Silent Hill. I think I completely forgot about that.
Yes, I sent you that. Sony's buying those studios or those properties.
Yeah, like you know how I think that works. They wouldn't outright buy the property. I think they would rent it. I think Konami would be like, I still want to make a bajillion dollars from my pachinko machines, but hey, you can make great games. Go ahead. Like, you can go ahead and make great games. I think that's how it would really work because the article said they would buy them outright. I don't think it would buy them outright. I think they would let them use those properties. I think that's how it would work.
Well,
very Tom Nook.
The article's probably
the payoff's along later.
The article's probably misinterpreted because Sony probably wants to buy them. You know how beginning the negotiation stages.
Sony wants to buy them outright, but yeah, I can see them not being.
That's I don't know if they would have the money to do that. Is what I'm saying. Even though they're pretty rich, but Sony, besides gaming, they're not doing good anywhere else. Really, Sony-wise. Like,
I think it's just they're going to be.
That would be incredible, and I think I forgot to put that on this podcast, so my apologies on that. But that, especially if Kojima was doing it, remember that rumor? There was a lot of rumors that he was working on a horror game and it was supposedly Silent Hill, and everybody was like, how is that possible? But this makes a lot of sense with this new rumor if they're trying to acquire those properties.
They're trying to acquire it for Kojima, I think.
Yeah.
They're going to hand it right to him.
For sure. There are a lot of rumors that Kojima Studio will be bought by Sony. I think Remedy's still on the table for Sony. I think it would be a huge one-up if they have Metal Gear back on a PlayStation console solo exclusively. think it would be big. And Metal Gear is gonna feel mad weird without Kojima. So I think and I would feel really bad. Honestly, I feel really bad. Kojima's been trying to get away from Metal Gear. He finally made Death Stranding something a little bit different, still have Metal Gear elements, and now he has to go right back to it.
I'll say this: I think Kojima would be fine with making Metal Gear, just if he was left alone and he had to make it the way he wanted. If there was no,
how impressive!
And it's his studio.
Yeah, how impressive Death Stranding is. Only like 86 people made that game.
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of people. Not a lot of hands.
That's how you save money, I guess. 80 people working.
Well, he explained it. He said he got to do what he want because there's not a lot of people looking.
There's nobody. Yeah, there's not people saying no.
Yeah.
There's no one saying, "Hey, you can't do that." And sometimes you need people to do that.
You do need people sometimes, but that's why I respect Sony for letting him just do it. Just make this game about a delivery man, but it's so impactful. Like, it's such an impactful game about a delivery dude.
Still can't get over Die Hard, man.
Damn right, baby. But that's going to be the pod tonight. Shout out to my panel tonight. Shout out to Lou. Shout out to JJ. How did you enjoy your experience today, Lou? Did you like it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I would love to come back on again. So
you are always more than welcome to come back on again. Shout out to the beautiful cousin of mine, JJ. Mwah. Love you. We will be back in about an hour and a half at 10 p.m. and we're gonna play some Predator live on the Twitchy. Again, we hit Twitch affiliate. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Go to my description box, follow that link to Twitch, and hit that heart button. We're gonna be playing Predators really, really soon. I've been your fellow Straussman, the GG, Lou, and JJ. We're outie.
Peace.